not fun? Well, I, Makwana Namraka, is here to show you that maths is just a fun challenge. It is as easy as y equals to mx plus c. And for those of you who didn't know, it is as easy as a straight line. So right now, it is that time for you to grab a paper, a pen, and a calculator and come learn maths with me.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Learn Maths with me on a hashtag Maths Tuesday. In today's episode of Learn Maths with me, we will be doing factorization of trinomials with a coefficient greater than 1. Oh yes, so in the previous videos you saw that we were doing factorization, which is this one, having a coefficient of 1. So in today's video I'll be showing you how we factorize trinomials with a coefficient which is greater than 1. Greater than 1 meaning 2 going up. So yeah, I'll be taking my questions and we will be solving them. So with me today I have 3 questions and we will be doing them together. I will be showing you how we can factorize this kind of trinomial. Please note that the principle or concept of signs is still the same as the ones we did or as the ones we used in the previous videos of factorization of trinomials. When the last term is negative, the two numbers you are going to find will have opposite signs, the bigger number taking the sign of the middle term. When all terms are positive, the two numbers you are going to find will both be positive. When the middle term is negative, all the numbers that you're going to find will be negative. So let's get straight into answering the questions. So when dealing with trinomials like this, when they have a coefficient greater than 1, we're going to use cross multiplication. So how are we going to apply it? We're going to first write down the factors of 2, or numbers that can multiply to give us 2, which is 1 and 2. So please note that this is just your side work. They do not need to see it on your answer sheet. And then when looking, you can see that okay, numbers that multiply until 2 are all, which it is only 1 and 2. So we're going to just do a line here and then write down the numbers that can multiply to give us 15. We have 1 and 15. We have 3 and 5. And then we have what? I think they are all. So the numbers on the left, we're going to write them upside down. Isn't it that like 1 times 2 is the same as 2 times 1? So we're just going to do the same principle here. 1 times 15 and then 15 times 1. And then we're going to do the same thing to the next product, which is 5 times 3. So what we're going to do here is cross multiplication. We're going to start with the first product and then move on to the second, to the third, to the fourth, until we see the one that works. So I'm going to show you how we find out the one that works. So 1 is going to multiply the numbers below, and then 2 is going to multiply the numbers up. And then we're going to start with our cross multiplication. 1 times 15 is 15. 2 times 1 is 1. So what are the signs here? We have positive signs. All terms are positive. When all terms are positive, it means that our numbers will take a positive sign. We'll have a positive 15 and a positive 1. A positive 15 plus a positive 1 is a positive 16. So these two numbers that we find here, sorry, I forgot to tell you guys, the two numbers that we find here must give us the term, the middle term. So 15 plus 1 is 16. Does it give us the middle term, which is 13? No, meaning that we cancel it. It's not working for us. 1 times 5, it's 5. 2 times 3, it's 6. The signs are positive, meaning that our terms will take a positive sign. So it is not really necessary for you to write a positive sign in front of 5 right here, because when a number doesn't have a sign in front of it, we know that it is positive. So 5 plus 6, it is 11. Is our middle term 11? Nope, meaning that we cancel it, it's not working for us. 1 times 1, it's 1. 2 times 15, sorry, it's 30. Our numbers are going to take a positive sign. 1 times 30, it's 31. Is our middle term 31? Nope. So when I'm saying the middle term, I'm just talking about the number. So let's move on. 1 times 3, it's 3. Then 2 times 5, it's 10. Our numbers are going to take a positive sign. 3 plus 10 is 13, meaning that we know that this last product works for us. So we're going to open our two brackets here. What are our numbers taking? What are the signs that our numbers will be having? So since we know that all terms are positive, it means that our numbers will have a positive sign. And then you write the first row. These numbers, the 1 and 2, you're going to write them with an x because of this 2x squared here. So you're just going to distribute this x among the 1 and 2. 1x, and what is 1 with? It's plus 5. The second bracket, 2x, what is 2x with? Plus 3. So this is how you factorize trinomials with a coefficient. Please feel free to pause the video and try these two questions alone to see if you understand or if you get them right. Let's move on to question number 2. We're going to do the same thing. Write down the numbers that multiply to 6. We have 1 and 6. We have 2 and 3. We have, I think that's all. And then we draw our line. Numbers that multiply to give us the last term, we have 1 and 2, and then we're going to write them upside down like we wrote there, 2 and 1. So we're going to do our cross multiplication. 1 times 2, it's 2. 6 times 1, it's 6. So right now, when looking at the signs, what are our numbers going to take? They're going to have opposite signs. Why? Because the last term is negative. So the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term, and then the smaller number will take an opposite sign. So which is the bigger number here? The bigger number is 6. 6 will take the sign of the middle term, which is a negative sign, and then 2 will take a positive sign. So positive 2 minus 6, it's minus 4, meaning that this one is not working for us. And then it's not working for us because we want minus 1. And then we're moving on. We're still dealing with 1 and 6. So this 1 and 6 has to multiply again, 2 and 1. So let's multiply. 1 times 1, that's 1. 6 times 2, it's 12. The signs again, the bigger number will take the sign of the middle term, and the smaller number will take an opposite sign. Why? Because the last term is negative, sorry. And then our negative sign, our 12 is going to take the negative sign, and then 1 will take the positive sign. And then 1 minus 12, it's negative 11. Do we have a negative 11 here? No, meaning that it is not working for us. So the 1 and 6, they're not working for us. And then we're moving on to 2 and 3. 2 times 2 is equals to 4. 3 times 1 is equals to 3. What are the signs saying? The signs tell us that the bigger number will take the sign of the middle term, and the other number will take an opposite sign because the last term is negative. So which is the bigger number? The bigger number is 4, meaning that 4 will take a negative sign, and then 3 will take a positive sign. So what is our answer here? Minus 4 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1, meaning that these are the right numbers to use. So how did we get minus 4 plus 3? We got them by multiplying 2 and 3 with 1 and 2. So how did we get minus 4? We got minus 4 by multiplying 2 and 2, meaning that this 2 will take a negative sign, because 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And then how did we get a positive 3? We got a positive 3 by multiplying 3 with a 1, meaning that this 1 will take a positive sign. So with the sign here, you just check which number did I use to multiply with the numbers on the left to give me the number that I found. In this case, which number did I use to find negative 4? I multiplied 2 with a 2, so meaning that our 2 must take a negative sign. So let's take it to the brackets now. We're going to open 2 brackets, and then we're going to write down our 2. Don't forget the x. And then what is 2 with? It is with positive 1. And then we're going to go to the second bracket. 3x. What is 3x with? It is with a negative 2. So you have factorized it using factorization of trinomials with a coefficient greater than 1. So you can see how easy this is. Please, again, feel free to pause the video and try the last question, which is question number 3. So if you want to check if you did the right thing and you want to reverse it to the simplified form, you can do this by using the way that I showed you, which is distributive property. You can return it back to a simplified form by using distributive property. If you don't know how to use distributive property, feel free to go watch my distributive property video. Now we are moving on to question number 3. We are going to do the same thing. No matter the number is too big or the number is too small, we are going to use the same principle. So we have 18. Which numbers multiplied to give us 18? We have 1 and 18. We have 2 and 9. We have 6, 12, 18. We have 6. Let me just write the bigger numbers below. 6 and 18. And again we have I think that's all. And then we're going to move on to the last term, which is the constant. A constant means that a number with no variables. It's just a number fail. And then which numbers multiply to give us 20? We have 1 and 20, so we can just like change them after we write them. 1 and 20, 20 and 1. And then we have 5 and 4, 4 and 5. And then we have 10 and 2, 2 and 10. What do we have again? Yeah, I think that's all. So we're going to start with our cross multiplication. So let's start. We can just start with the smaller numbers, and then if the smaller numbers aren't working for us, we will move on to 2 and 9, and then we will again move on to 1 and 18. So let's start with 3 and 6. 3 times 20 is 60, and then 6 times 1, it's 6. What are the signs saying? The signs say that our numbers are going to have opposite signs, the bigger number taking the sign of the middle term. How do I know this? I know this because the last term is negative. So let's place our signs. Which is the bigger number? The bigger number is 60. 60 will be taking a negative sign, and then 6 will take a positive sign. So negative 60 plus 6, I'm just using my calculator. Negative 60 plus 6, negative 54. So is our middle term or our middle number negative 54? No, meaning that it is not working for us, this one. And then we're going to move on. 3 times 1, it's 3. 6 times 20, let's just use the calculator. 6 times 20, it's 120. 120. Our 120 will take a minus sign. The 3 will take a positive sign. So negative 3, 3, which is a positive 3, minus 120. It's 117, negative 117. Is it working for us? Nope, it's not working for us. So now we are moving on. So the concept here is to just not give up. So you may go a little further to just find the answer. So you just have to keep on going and then we're going to move on. So we've seen that like the product of this two numbers 3 and 6 with 1 and 20 and 20 and 1 are not working for us, so we move on to 5 and 4. So 3 times 4, it's 12. 12. 6 times 5, 6 times 5 is 30. So which is a bigger number here? The bigger number is 30. 30 will take a negative sign. Our 12 will take a positive sign. So 12, positive 12 minus 30 is negative 18. It's negative 18, meaning that it is not working for us. So we move on. 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And then 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So which is the bigger number? The bigger number is 24. 24 will take a negative sign. 15 will take a positive sign. So negative 24 plus 15 is negative 9. Is our middle term negative 9? Yes, meaning that negative 24 plus 15 works for us, meaning that we're just going to leave out this ones because we found the pair that works for us. I'm just scratching them so that we don't get confused. So how did we get a negative 24? We got a negative 24 by multiplying 6 and 4, meaning that our 4 will take a negative sign. And then how did we get a positive 15? 3 multiplied with 5 to give us a positive 15, meaning that our 5 will take a positive sign. I really hope you understand how I place these signs. Oh, you can see clearly. I really hope you understand how I place the signs, or how I identify which number is positive or which number is negative. So right now we're moving on to our answer sheet. Open two brackets, and then we're going to place our numbers. 3, don't forget the x, 3x, and then which number is on the same is on the same row with 3x is negative 4. These two ones, our answers. So we're going to check which one is on the same row with 3 is negative 4. So negative 4 and 3x will be in the same bracket. Then moving on, our 6x, and then our positive 5. So if you found that you started with 1 and 18 and then you multiplied with all these numbers and it didn't work, you had to move on to 2 and 9, and then it didn't work, and then you finally got the answer with 3 and 6. So even if it was another question and 3 and 6 wasn't working, we were going to move on to 2 and 9, and then we were going to move on to 1 and 18. So I really hope you understand how we factorize trinomials with a coefficient greater than 1. And I really hope again that you found this video helpful. Until the next time, bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comment sections which topic you'd like me to cover. And remember, I do not promise to know everything, but I do promise to share and help where I can.